In this video net interview at IBC 2012, I'm speaking with Anthony Rose, who's the co-founder and CTO at zeebox. Hello, Anthony.
Hello.
Now, you've been around for 9 months now as an app, and can you give us an idea of what the consumers are actually doing after those 9 months in terms of, are they tweeting, are they looking at the tags? I mean, what's the main activity?
So it's very interesting because when we started, you know, the buzz is all around social TV. It's social TV. But actually, when you look at what people are looking for, they're often looking for perhaps some basic functionality, like a better way to find things to watch on TV. So what we see is, although perhaps we started with this idea of social TV, people love the social aspect, but in fact, it's not just social, it's information, it's program guides. So we've got a rich program guide. The new version about to come out has activity stream. So a lot of it is about, I think, an unmet demand so far for a better program guide. These TV program guides are absolute rubbish. You know, this horrible grid of thousands of items. Can you just give people a small set of things? So I think probably the favorite feature is simply a better way to find things, never mind actually while you're watching. And we've really worked on that, including remote control. We act as a remote control for a range of TVs, set-top boxes, and we're really working on that piece. But separately, of course, there is a social aspect. And it turns out that, you know, there's, of course, multiple cohorts of people. I think analysing the audience as a single, you know, cloud is wrong. They're sports lovers, they're gadget lovers, they're TV lovers, and so on. And they all have slightly different desires. We see a lot of people loving the tweet stream, but they don't necessarily want to tweet themselves. They like to have it sort of passively in front of them. So what's fascinating is to look at the analytics each week and then try and hone the product based on that, which is what we're doing. But to summarize, I think it's finding things to watch, engaging both on information and social while you watch.
Okay, now you mentioned activity stream in the program guide, so just tell me what that is.
So with the current version of zeebox, you have a very nice program guide, and you have something called My TV, a page that shows you what's hot right now, the one that most people are watching, the one with the highest buzz. And we've now, in the new version, sort of put that on steroids. And if you log into zeebox, then as you watch things, they get sort of posted, and almost like a Facebook ticker stream, it comes to life with a stream of things that everyone are viewing, the most popular booked programs, the programs that your friends are watching, the ones that you've watched. So it becomes now sort of a personal guide, listing the favorite programs you have, the ones you've booked. When you book things, you can share it with your friends that you booked. So instead of being perhaps slightly more solitary, it now really comes to life, not just with the way the scheduler would like you to find things, but the way that your friends might like you to find things as well.
Okay. Now, in terms of the shows themselves and the channels, what's the impact been for them? Because I know you're partnering with channel companies, and when they create a second screen experience, what kind of extra levels of engagement are they getting? And is it in real time, or do people come back to it later? I mean, just tell me how that works.
Okay, so we know that broadcasters realise they have to engage with social, with second screen, and so on. And so for the question for them is, do they build their own? Do they white label? Is there going to be an ITV one for a given program, or for all ITV programs? Or will there be these umbrella applications like zeebox? And if they are, how do they participate? So what we think is, it's going to be crazy for a consumer in the future to download a new app every time you change channels. And for the broadcaster, it's not sustainable. In particular, now that we're launching in the US, we've dealt a lot with broadcasters, and they've all come to the conclusion that building an app for a program or even for a channel really isn't sustainable. It's far too expensive. It lasts 12 weeks and then it's, you know, dead, and even within the 12 weeks it runs for an hour a week. So we've had tremendous engagement with broadcasters, but the idea is we've built an open platform with HTML5. So there's a zeebox application. We have tools called Mission Control, and we allow broadcasters to use our tools to create their enhancements for their programs within zeebox. And I think in the US, we'll see in the coming weeks tremendous engagement from broadcasters with major shows to do this. And I think that will really be a game changer. And I think when people see how shows come to life with broadcaster engagement, then I think these applications become a single app for a user across all of TV, which I think is what a user would like. Yeah.
So will we see that first in the US, the actual use of your tools to build the
we see it right now in the UK. So we've been working with Sky, with Channel 4 and others, in fact most of the broadcasters in the UK, to enhance the programs. We use the tools ourselves for the Olympics and other programs. So they're in quite widespread use. I think we'll see that on steroids, thanks to our broadcaster engagements in the US.
Okay, I mean, how do they maintain their channel brand, or does the program brand become superior to the channel brand if you get into this world?
Right, so that's a great point. Of course, the program maker and the channel always would like their brand to be, front. And that's exactly what we allow with our tools. They can skin the page, they can put their logos on it, they can drive traffic to wherever they like. So it's us creating a way for a consumer to get to their program, and us creating a way for them to deliver that to a consumer at low cost with HTML5 that can be changed minute by minute, no need to submit an app weeks in advance and so on. So I think there's a really nice win-win. We also, as part of the platform, all of our technologies for recognizing the speech on TV, recognizing the adverts, these are all made available as APIs. So it's sort of building on the shoulders of giants, so to speak, that they can tap into these APIs to create much richer experiences, essentially for free.
Okay, and just tell me about the advertising, because I know you had your first advertising campaign, I think it was in April,
Yep.
With the Prometheus film trailer. So just tell me what happened with that and the potential for synchronised advertising on your platform.
Okay, so we offer a range of opportunities for advertisers, from the sort of standard, which is a program sponsorship. So for a given program, they can skin the program, they can take it over, and that's exactly what we did with Prometheus, we did with Samsung, we did with Budweiser and so on. But there's a social aspect. You tweet to win a prize. And so the advertiser, again, we have a platform that lets the advertiser engage with their audience in all sorts of cool ways. But we go much beyond that, because we have a synchronized video recognition system. So when there's an ad on TV, our platform can recognize the ad within 3 seconds and allow an advertiser to deliver a second screen synchronized experience, which is really going to change television advertising, things like this in the future. But actually, you can go even beyond that, because an advertiser could buy a word mentioned on any TV channel. So let's say there is Ashley Cole. Ashley Cole happens to be sponsored by Nike. Whenever the word Ashley Cole is mentioned, Nike could buy that keyword, and when the user clicks to get more information on Ashley Cole, you could get some Nike information and so on. So, cross-channel, completely new way of reimagining advertising delivered on the second screen. So these become the possibilities, and working with advertisers both here and in the US to enable that.
Okay, and is the relationship between you, the advertiser, and the channel, or could the advertiser come to you directly and advertise upon a programme without you dealing with the channel?
Right, so it's a fascinating question. And is it one of these disruptive new plays that's going to suck advertising away from the broadcaster and so on? Should we, in fact, try and invent ourselves as a disruptive .com startup? And although it's a fleeting thought that you might want to do that, in fact, an aspiration to be disruptive is, I think, naive. And it's rapidly become clear that the best path to mutual success is engaging and working with broadcasters and allowing them, their sales force that sells hundreds of millions of dollars of advertising on TV, to enhance their own revenue stream by selling within zeebox as well. And I think our deal with Sky just before Christmas, where Sky gets exclusive ad sales in zeebox within the UK, really transitioned it from one of those little startups into actually a part of TV advertising.
Okay, and just very finally, in a couple of sentences, what differentiates you from the other apps that are out there? I mean, Shazam are obviously doing a partner approach as well with channels and shows. I mean, just tell me what makes you better than the rest.
I don't think it's a question of really better. I think I look at the space as sort of California maybe in the late 1800s. There's an enormous amount of land. There are way more land than there are people going there. And in fact, everyone has a new take on what the future will be. In some cases, it's about you're watching a program and you click to get more information on a program. So in that model, I think you've already found the program. I think we take a different view, which is we'd like to help you choose what to watch as a first step. Why wait until you found something? Because that's half the piece, right? Because interactive or next generation television, as there's more and more content, you have to help people find what to watch. So by using social, by using recommendations, instead of having a list of 500 programs in a TV guide, which I think is a dreadful experience, can I give you a short list just for you based on what your friends are watching, what your favorites are. And when you tap on it, your TV jumps to that channel and you're watching it. And now I give you a stream of information, social, tweets, Facebook, comments, discussion threads around that. So I think they're quite different propositions, and everyone's got their takes. Some people focus on perhaps heavily social, some are just a TV guide. It's far too early to say exactly what consumers want and exactly what the winning proposition is. We think that the winning proposition is a sort of an umbrella one that covers some of these needs. I guess you could say it's the all-in-one application, the Swiss Army knife application for watching TV with. But it'll be fascinating to see. I think one thing that has become clear is as major broadcasters and cable companies and satellite operators and so on look to participate in the space, they've all been doing their due diligence, all looked at what's available. And I must say, I'm quite privileged to say that the eyes have largely focused on us as upcoming partners, which is hugely exciting and something unfortunately we have to talk about in a few weeks' time.
Okay, all right. Well, the US, I suppose, will keep you busy for a while now anyway, and thanks for coming and telling us all about it again, Anthony. So
thanks. I've been in the office with the team till 11 at night for the last few weeks, so I've finally been let out, and it's a pleasure to see some sunshine and chat.
Yes, great. All right.
Thank you.
Good to see you.